talk about claims of success about jobs. The White House says 640,000 jobs have been created or saved by the $800 billion stimulus. There are Republicans who say the number is bogus, that it's just PR. John Boehner, leader of the Republicans in the House, as you well know, circulated a quote from an economist at Carnegie Mellon University. I'll put it up on the screen and you can look at it. One can search economic textbooks forever without finding a concept called job saved. It doesn't exist for good reason. How can anyone know that his or her job has been saved? You've got a lot of experience in the economy. Is this PR or fact?
This is fact. Again, when the president took office, this economy was falling at the rate of 6.5% at an annual rate per year, fastest rate in decades. We were losing 750,000 jobs a month. Now, the pace of job loss has slowed dramatically. The economy is now growing again. It's growing not just because of the effects of the Recovery Act. Many people opposed the Recovery Act, said it wasn't going to work. It's working. It's delivering what it should produce. Value of American savings are up almost 35% since the beginning of the year. Interest rates down. These are substantially powerful returns on the Recovery Act, and they are delivering what they were designed to deliver.
Okay. What is a saved job? How do you measure that? It's not something economists recognize as an actual fact.
When a school does not have to fire a teacher, when a city doesn't have to fire a fireman, when it can keep teachers in the classroom, cops on the streets, firemen in the firehouse, that's a job saved. Right, when businesses cut fewer jobs, that's a job saved. When businesses add jobs, that's a job created. I think, David, what everybody would say, and nobody would contest this, is without the actions the Congress and the President took, you would have seen millions more jobs lost over the life of this crisis, and you would see growth cause much, much more damage to American businesses, many more businesses failing, much deeper cuts in basic services at the state and local level. So the basic plan the President put in place is delivering what it was expected to do. Now, it's just the beginning. It's just an early stage recovery.
But my point is that this should not be overstated. The impact of the stimulus should not be overstated. Here's the facts about how many jobs have been lost since the stimulus. 2.7 million, and you've got 14 states who have double-digit unemployment. You can look at the top 5 with Michigan at the top at 15.3% unemployment. So you say it could have been a lot worse. A, it's still very bad, and B, the stimulus has had only a minimal effect.
No, I wouldn't say that. I said actually even those numbers understated because there's lots of people who are underemployed, working less than they would like. So again, this is a very tough economy. It's only been 3 initial months of positive growth. It's going to take some time for unemployment to come down, for jobs to get created again. And that's why it's important for people to recognize that we have a responsibility to keep working at this, so we're reinforcing recovery.
How high will unemployment go, do you think?
Don't know for sure, but it's likely still rising, and it's probably going to rise further before it starts to come down again.
Double digits?
Most economists think we'll probably get there, but again, economists think, and there's a lot of uncertainty in this. Economists don't know that much about the future, David, but they say that they think we'll start to see net jobs created at the beginning of the year, sometime around the beginning of the year, in the first quarter sometime.
What should the administration be doing specifically to reduce unemployment at this point?
The most important thing is to get growth growing again at a strong pace.
Right, but what should the government be doing?
The government's doing exactly what it should be doing. It's making sure that there are tax cuts to businesses and families, investments in improving infrastructure, creating incentives for businesses to spend again, relief for state and local governments, and getting this financial system back on its feet.
But do you need more stimulus?
I don't think we need to make that judgment yet, David. Again, there's about half of the money committed by the Congress is still working its way through the system by design. It was designed to work over 2 years. So we're not in a position yet where we need to make a choice about whether it's going to take more than that to bring growth back. And again, that's only a bridge. You're not going to get real recovery until it's led by the private sector, by businesses.
So I want to be clear. Additional stimulus you don't think is needed right now?
Not yet. Now, Congress is looking at extending unemployment insurance, some other targeted programs that would expire without additional action. You heard Congress today, saw Congress this week start to talk about extending the first-time homebuyer tax credit, some other measures. We think those would be helpful things for the economy as a whole, and they'll also provide some added support.